welcome back to Napoleon Total War with a Pike and Shot mod. Today we're gonna play as the Ottoman Empire, and we're gonna face the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. This is the Spanish lakeside map, and I think we'll go straight into it, shall we? First things first is I think it's probably best to set my artillery over on the flank over there. Then we're gonna take all the infantry, we're gonna form them into single formation and start to move them forward. I'm thinking my Lancer Cavalry will do well to charge down from the high hill, and then I'm gonna move this unit up just to block the enemy as the entire army moves forward. Now the Polish-Lithuanian army obviously has winged lancers, so we're going to look out for that. But they've also got a lot of line infantry and then pike infantry. Now we lack pike infantry, so it's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to deal with that. Now obviously I'm a bit more competent when placing artillery, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to use my archers firing above the other lines, and then we also have units of grenadiers ready to throw grenades at the enemy. Let's take the formation even further forward. Now I notice here that it's kind of, it's kind of cramped here. I'm gonna break up the formation. We're not gonna bring all units in, but I'm thinking we can get 3 with 3 of these afterwards, and maybe I can get my bowmen up here actually firing down upon the enemy. And then obviously we need the grenadiers. We'll put the Sultan in the little village, and then we'll have a backup force of janissaries and the sword infantry going in there. And now everyone should have been ordered into position. Now from here, the cannons should hopefully be able to fire throughout the battle. You know what? I could have definitely ordered cavalry units to take this route along this side. It's a very narrow route, ending up behind the enemy. It's going to be a little bit difficult dealing with their pikes, especially in the tight area that is here. But I'm thinking that they're not really going to concentrate their pikes and do a main line. They're going to allow me to, you know, bypass them quite easily. You know what is kind of a mess? Let's order everyone to run into position. Can you get your guns in order? The enemy is already pretty close. I would like cannon shots to go downrange as soon as possible. Now I don't really see enemy cavalry moving in at any sort of speed against us, so that's okay. We could also have these reserves move up on the other side of the hill. I was hoping the Polish wouldn't march up here, but if they do, I do have my 2 Lancer cavalry units moving forward, and I'm going to be situated over there ready to pounce on the enemy from above. My cannons are still moving into position. It's a little bit difficult for these guys as they're moving through the woods. There's a lot of branches and underbrush that's in the way, but it looks like we're about here to be ready to fire over here. So the guard janissary batteries open up, hit nothing, but maybe that is to be expected. I'm gonna move 1 archer into the wood, and the other one at an angle ready to fire down upon the enemy as they move forward here. We've got return fire from Polish-Lithuanian line infantry. The angle they're firing at, though, means that they're not really going to be able to do anything, are they? We got winged hussars moving in. Problem here is they're really close to the Pike formation, so I don't really want to engage them. Or at least not as we are right now. My musketeers are opening up. We shot one of the lancers. I think the lancers are actually going for the archers on the hill. It's a bit crappy that only the front ranks of the archer unit is firing. Okay, so the AI has proved once again how terrible it is to manage these troops, as they decided to charge the archers when they're sitting on the hill, getting shot in the process to bits. Why aren't you firing, damn you? Just fire on the houses then. It's kind of a mess here. I'm gonna order the swordmen to go in for an attack here. Don't want to lose my janissaries right here off the bat. I'm gonna order them back a little bit, and then I'm gonna order grenadiers forward. The enemy is actually charging my bowmen, which isn't great. Where are you going? Where are you going? For God's sake. I guess that's a big problem when it comes to the Ottoman cavalry. Well, the cavalry over here survived. I'm gonna move them over here and we're gonna see about getting them around. Can you fire your damn guns already? Oh, that was the grenades going in. Large pike formations. They've sent in the line infantry as well, which seems like an odd thing to do. Yeah, it's definitely not going too well for us up there on the hill. These guys will be drawn out into line. And you will hurry up, and the two sword infantry will be moved upwards to the main line. The enemy lancers are actually coming down from the hill, which could have been nasty if they made a proper charge. Can you set up over there? And you can set up over there. And then we can see if we can charge downhill on the enemy. Alright, archers, try to put somewhere in between. Useless cannons! Fire on my enemy, you damn idiots. There's one right there. You can at least fire on him.
Our men are running, sir.
Who's running? It's an archer unit. Don't care about them. There's pikemen, and then there's winged hussars. The cannons back there is not as much of a problem as the enemies coming down here. I'm gonna order a charge of my lancers. And my Barbary swordmen are not doing too well. We'll order the advance of one of them over there, and one to take the place for this one, because he's about to break.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, they just broke. At the same time, my two lancer units come down from the high hill, hitting the Polish infantry in the side. Be able to force them back pretty soon. Right, attack the enemy in the flank. My cannon's even firing. Right, I'm gonna roll them into the face of the enemy. And I'm gonna switch to canister and we're gonna roll them straight up to them. I don't know, think it's particularly useful for you two to be firing back here. Most likely you're only shooting our own troops. Maybe another round of grenades. Let's move them in closer. Pretty sure I'm team killing like a madman. My lancers won the fight over here. 2 lancers coming downhill plus the archers have dealt with that Polish hussar unit. And the rest of the hussars are kind of stuck here. Not really able to use the devastating charge. Let's roll the cannons into the fight. Let's see, you can get to that position and fire from there. A lot of the pike formations broken up by the grenades. Gonna see about getting a similar attack going on here. My lancers will be charging the enemy cannons. And left of the stupid archers will be setting up on the hill, firing down on the Polish. Rolling the cannons straight up to the enemy. Ready to blast them with canister. The artillery is a little bit unsure of how they're gonna conduct the fire. I'm just gonna move them even closer then. See if that maybe that works. Oh, my lancers are now ready from the behind. I'm gonna move this one back just so we can open up for the
Our men are running, sir.
the battery to fire on the lancers here. They're turning the guns. Maybe I'll get some use out of you. Right. Another grenade throw in on those heavy pikes, if you please. I don't know. These guard janissary artillery. I mean, it would be nice if they could actually fire at some point. Rather than just kind of sit there. Having our lancers coming up from behind. Yeah, I don't think the cannons want to fire. And now they're about to get overrun by enemy line infantry. Come on, at least now you might be able to get a shot off. Fire at something. I also kind of... oh, yeah. Oh. They dropped the cannon. Get back on the guns, you morons. A lot of our infantry is getting absolutely slaughtered here. But as soon as my cavalry is done with their general, we might be able to push through and stop the our troops falling apart over here. Right, there we go. Now we get good grenade throw in on the pikemen. It looks a lot devastating than it is. Because clearly not enough people died from that. Right now there's only one unit holding on. Oh, you're out of ammo? Then I'll throw you in and I'll move you forward to take your place. cannon is back to take control of their cannons over there. Another unit is out of ammo. This one on the hill. We'll throw that one in as well. And now the grenadiers. You have been firing. It's so pathetic. They're firing just the first line of arrows.
Our men are running for it.
This must be a very bloody battle. I imagine that even though I wasn't able to ever fire my cannons in a good way, I'm pretty sure that I did end up managing to kill tons of my own troops. Got nothing to fire on and move forward. Can you, for God's sake, just fire at something? These cannons are a pain in my ass. Luckily, I think the enemy's cannons did them just as much good as the as my cannons did for me. Right, move forward. I'm gonna set the Janissaries ready to blast the enemy. We're still fighting the enemy general over here. That guy is a tough bastard, to say the least. Do we have any opening to fire on the enemy? If I remove this unit, actually, then it opens up for these to flank fire in on the enemy. And I think these units can actually fire if I order them to leave the cannons. Yes, it looks like the fire from the flank companies was enough. Right, let's move on the last bit here, the enemy general. So we've got the two smaller companies going that way, and then two big ones going over here, and we're gonna prepare to shoot down the enemy general. I'm gonna order the Lancers to go through, while the rest of my troops will quickly run to their positions. Oh, the enemy general now broke as the Lancers moved through. He survived though, so... Oh, he's the only one to survive. I don't know where he is though. There he is. Because he hasn't died. So he's the only one who made it out of his bodyguard unit. That's not actually true. There's 6 of them. What unit was I looking at? There was another unit. Right, now we broke these guys. My gunner's shooting at some poor bastard trying to run away. It's pikemen. Archers from the hill, and then gunners down here firing. However, I guess most of it is being soaked up by the wood around them. Here's the statistics of that fight. We can see that we deployed similar enough troops, with only about 300 in favor of me, so that's roughly a single unit, maybe 2. In terms of losses, I lost 2/3, while the enemy lost something close to, like, what, 80, 85%, maybe even 90, you could say. What I could see here is very heavy friendly fire on my side. Almost 700 kills inflicted by myself. So that's what, 1/3 of all losses I actually inflicted myself. Close enough anyways. When it comes to the statistics, we can see that the archers didn't do too well. The units that actually did well was the Cavalry Pike infantry. The sword infantry anyways. The sword infantry, they lost a lot, but they were able to inflict heavy casualties. Kind of surprised that I find the Janissaries out here. I wonder if this includes the team kills they've killed. Now, it seems like this one lost quite a lot, so it could have been that at least this one definitely engaged in melee combat. This one did not. Did they actually inflict that many casualties just to fire? Kind of surprised as well that the Lancer Cavalry didn't get any more. Now, obviously, they didn't get too many when they were stuck fighting the winged hussars on the side of the hill there, so they wouldn't have occurred a lot of kills fighting those as a heavy opponent. Pretty good kills actually for my Janissaries. Pretty okay, given the situation. Archers, not very useful. Grenadiers, I think probably more the morale shock of their grenades is more important than their just their overall performance. At least you can't really tell how well they did just through the kills and losses. Artillery, absolutely useless. I mean, we saw I deployed these batteries for the enemy in the first battle, and they were kind of messy in that battle, but I thought it was just the AI being messy. But clearly the fact that they can be rolled around like they are, similar to like machine guns and stuff in the Great War mod, clearly they have a very big trouble actually like firing on anything. They could just keep maneuvering around. So they didn't do well. Then one of the reserve units, obviously he didn't do a lot. 36 kills, no losses. Right, but there we have it. The Ottomans versus the Polish-Lithuanians on the Spanish, I think this is Spanish hillside or Spanish lakeside, I can't remember what the map is called. So we were fighting in Spain. But yeah, with that, I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Our men are running, sir.